Hey guys, Tyro here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads. Thanks for spawning in the south. We have Gyunwoo playing as OKW, and his loadout is Breakthrough, Fortifications, and Scavenge. Currently rank 66 as OKW. In the north, we have Odan ITA playing his US forces, and his loadout is Heavy Cavalry, Armor Company, and Mechanized. It's currently about rank 160 as US forces, but you know, given how strong US forces are and how weak OKW is, probably actually going to be quite a tight match. Well, I've got a very long list of cast requests at the moment. So if you send in a game, it's very unlikely I'll be able to get to it before, you know, the March patch hits. So just giving you guys a bit of a heads up. Not much point in your replays until post patch, because I just won't be able to get to them with the current queue. Anyway, a bit of a scrap here. Eastern Pioneers could win this one. Heavy cover, of course, being slightly better than garrison cover in small arms firefights. This is okay range for Eastern Pioneers as well. Yeah, definitely going to get overwhelmed here. And whilst it's all going on, the Kubal's doing the capping. Similar over here though, rear echelon's doing the capping over for OTA, but he's missed his munitions point in this attempt. And like, what's he really achieving by fighting this fight right here? He's just losing manpower. This is a bad strategy. Much better to try to secure his munitions point, in my opinion. Because we've seen many times before how strong bar rifles are on this map, and how quickly the munitions accumulates thanks to those extra resource points.
Capture complete.
So we're seeing a fourth rifle for Odan ITA, so no lieutenant action.
We're losing a capture point.
You may secure all these standard territory points over here, but
Steady up, fellas. I got orders
I
coming.
mean, that puts his munitions pretty much the same
Ready for action.
as just having a straight up munitions point.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory, boys.
A capture point is under
And
attack.
Gyunwoo making a rush for the cutoff here. Going to be pushed away by all these
Supply line just
riflemen
got
that
cut
have
off.
going to complete their reinforcement very soon.
What the hell am I meant to do with these?
Oh, he's just evacuating as soon as he gets neutralized. Not a bad idea.
It's being overrun.
Actually, neutralize points a lot more quickly than you cap them.
Taking fire!
And he doesn't need to cap it. So yeah, he's got maximum harassment done in minimal time.
This lousy patch of dirt is ours.
You don't want to stick around there to lose heaps of models for no real reason. Trying to hold on to that point. I think there's a fair play. Oh wow, we've got a mid truck in a forward position onto this cutoff for Gyunwoo, and it's going to be found by two rifle squads. They could quite easily kill this. There we go. Getting them close. Gonna jump into the garrison and make sure he can tank this damage here. And that's going to be the end of the truck. Oh, that really hurts. That sucks big time. I think on this map, there's no reason to go for a forward base. I mean, it's not that big of a map.
Ready for orders.
You don't gain that much by having a forward enforcement point, and as we saw there, it just wasn't defended at all. You're going to be putting your truck down in a forward position like that. You have to have squads nearby protecting it, or at least have very good map awareness so you know where your enemy squads are. It'll go up safely. It's a pretty big setback. I mean, once he saw two rifle squads there running at his truck. You should have just cancelled it. Gives you a full refund. I mean, you don't get the cost of the truck back, but gives you a full refund of the rest of the ticking costs. Yep, he was unaware of that. I did cover that in Star Series tutorial. Of course, he's Korean, so probably hasn't seen it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. We're taking lead over here.
Well, Odan ITA went for a early ambulance, and they did delay his captain a bit, which is kind of hurting his ability to deal with his Kubel.
Just took the battlefield.
Needs that bazooka.
A capture point is being overrun.
Yeah, Incendiary Grenade flushed that squad out, but he does have the ambulance on tap. It's a bit of an awkward map, you know, some squads come on this side, some squads come on this side. Hard to position your ambulance so like on the default retreat points. Actually heals both sides. I don't think it's even possible. You have to micro your squads back towards the ambulance. So in that case I probably would stick it on the side where you think your squads are going to be retreating from the most. So then they'll default heal on that side all the time, and then just micro squads from the other side over there. Otherwise, you know, having to micro both sides to the center can delay your healing by, you know, maybe a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there, but it does add up over the course of the match. Of course, you also got to keep this safe. This map can sometimes have a few base inspections. Is there another truck? No, it's cool. There's mid truck down. Finally capping up his side of the map. Both players go quite aggressive onto the other side.
Men are ready for action. That's it. Points out. Get your men covering the approaches.
So we do have a Raketin coming on for Gyunwoo now. It's good timing for it. He's got to be aware that this shoot's going to be coming along very shortly, so got to be prepared. With most anti-tank options, I mean, unless you're facing against the T-70, I think, you know, you can just build your anti-tank gun reactively against most light vehicles, but you know, when you've got the Raketin and then you can wheel onto the battlefield, camouflage it somewhere, so maybe you can get 1 or 2 shots off on their light vehicle straight away. Force it back for repairs immediately without doing anything. I think making the Raketin early kind of makes sense, so you can get that kind of ambush going. So if you can neutralize your opponent's light vehicle immediately after it comes out, it does lose quite a bit of its impact. US Forces light vehicles can just, you know, reverse back, pop out the crew, but it's better than nothing.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
These riflemen should be able to win this engagement. No, he's going to back away anyway. They took a nasty burst getting into the garrison there. They took way too much damage. These STG upgraded Fox units really nice, the damage increase. And there are the bars for ITA, so he's delayed his Stuart a really long way. Very weird. Looks like Gyunwoo wants to put down a Ford Schwer HQ. This time though, he's got his MG34 coming out. He's got a Raketin in a nice position to defend it, so this time it should go up uncontested. But I mean, when I put my Schwer on this map, I usually put it like back here, covering the cutoff, covering this a little bit. Very defensive position. Oh, that could be a dead captain. Got a bit greedy trying to knock out that truck. No. But it doesn't matter. The truck being at low health doesn't influence the building's health at all, so doesn't matter if it takes a little bit of damage. There he goes, putting it down, as you can see, at full health.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it.
He's going for a pack howitzer now.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Alright. I mean, imagine if he had a Stewart.
Frag grenades
I know
now
there's a
available
kid
for
on the
action.
field, but I think he would have, like, that last push would have had a lot more impact.
75mm howitzer standing by for orders.
Well, we've got a pack howitzer, and I suppose by not going for the Stewart, he should be able to tick up to Major very quickly, but I'm not sure about this build order. Maybe he's preparing himself for post nerf Stewart, which is obviously a lot less effective. Wow, he's got grenades as well. I didn't even notice that. Pickups are going to work there in the end. Now he knows the location of that Schwer. Gets the grenade off, going to do a lot of damage. Or maybe not. Maybe throw it a bit too deep. But Gyunwoo's got to be pretty happy with this. I mean, things could have gone a lot worse for him after he lost his mid truck initially. But he's got his tech down. He's not even picked a doctrine with coolant tanks, so he's got to be feeling pretty confident right now. It's like, whoa, OKW with no coolant tanks? Is he suicidal? But
Anti-tank gun.
just
ready
that
for action.
confident right now. I think the thing with the 50 cal, I mean not 50 cal, the pack outs is you kind of need a
Point is being overrun.
50 cal to protect it. So obviously, you know, it can't retreat. So if you have 50 cal, that means you can, you know, soft retreat out of the way. Oh shit! Over the garrison. Ooh, that was a nasty grenade. This could be a wipe here. I don't think he... Okay, there he goes. Oh, and the pack howitzer follow-up. There it goes. Senpai needs down. I don't think he switched focus on his rifleman until they were like right here in the garrison. Need to change his target priorities a bit earlier with those garrison squads. But end up working out pretty well. Pack out did the job. Maybe that was just shooting at that squad behind cover there.
We're losing a capture point.
They're trying to outflank us.
Krauts have cut our supply line. Frontline units are being hung out to dry.
Okay, we're getting some obus.
90-day wonders all in.
And it's kind of a shame that Gyunwoo's not using his Kubo. Because, I mean, usually a Kubo at this stage is kind of hard to use because your opponent's, you know, got a Stewart running around, so as soon as the Stewart runs into your Kubo, it's dead. But not the case here. So that Kubo, if he repairs it up, will still do some pretty nice map harassment, taking those VPs and maybe putting some pressure on the fuel over here.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, Odan ITA floating just a bucket load of fuel. When you're at 7 CPs and you're floating this much fuel, you should have ticked a major already. Because, I mean, he could build Sherman basically right away, right now. You know, sometimes if the game's going a bit shaky, you think, well, maybe I need to just go straight for the Pershing, 13 CPs, but he's in a pretty good spot, so it's not really necessary. He could easily squeeze in a Sherman. The extra map control he gets from the Sherman could save up enough fuel for a Pershing by the time 13 CPs roll around. And this is the kind of option that you have by not going for the Stuart, having that extra bit of fuel. Yeah, I've just got to get out of there. I don't want to fight two bar riflemen at that range. Especially when these riflemen, you know, Vet 2, Vet 3.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And against Vet 0 overs, they don't really stand a chance quite yet. Gyunwoo, he's been playing pretty cautiously and pretty safe, but he's slowly draining out on those VPs. He's paid a bit more attention to them. You know, quite often I don't go for... Oh shit, that was a nice Pacquiao shot. Just going for retreat. Oh, he faces up anyway. No, there he goes, retreats. Ooh. Close fight here. Stone Pioneers end up taking it.
A capture point is being overrun.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that quite often I don't actually get the Kugel these days as OKW because I feel like this is one more squad of Volkswagen he could have had. Even though it does give you a lot of help in the early game, you know, I don't think OKW's early game is really that weak.
A capture point is under attack.
Having extra squad Fox in the late game really comes in handy, the extra bit of Faust action. And you're probably going to lose one or two at some stage. Whoa! Well, this is a very unfortunate COH2 positioning. This anti-tank gun can shoot through the hedge and just reach it. So he's going to have to do something about that. And that rear echelon squad with the bars went down there. Oh, and there goes the captain as well. Odan ITA is asleep at the keyboard right here. Be a wipe and return here. Oh, probably not. Grenade wins that engagement for the rifles. And here comes the Panzer IV. But yeah, ITA still hasn't ticked. Is indeed going for the Pershing as I kind of predicted. But as you know, as I was saying, he's still got 2.5 CPs. I mean, he easily could have got Sherman. And Sherman's not too bad against OKW Panzer IV. Even though OKW Panzer IV has the extra bit of armor, you know, Sherman's got the better firing on the move accuracy. So as long as you just keep your Sherman moving, you should be alright.
We're losing a capture point.
City's rebuilding the captain. Probably going to get some bazookas, I guess. Yeah, those are very unnecessary losses for Odan ITA. As for Gyunwoo, he's floating a lot of manpower. He could also go for a ISG or maybe another squad of Volkswagen just for a bit more capping power. As you can see, he's just constantly being neutralized because he doesn't have enough squads.
Get your men covering the approaches.
Could go for another squad of Obers as well. Not the worst idea when your opponent still doesn't have a tank. Or any type of light vehicle.
A capture point is under attack.
Panzer IV runs straight into that anti-tank gun. Let's get out of there.
AT gun ready.
It was also lose that engagement, so Gyunwoo really struggling to hold on to these VPs down at 260. Really needs to build some more squads. Get this capping done. And look at that, 600 manpower. Is he going for a howitzer?
A capture point is being
Is he going? He's got another tech truck up. Okay. It's like, oh, are we going to see LEFH here? I mean, he's got his Shredder in a full position, so that's kind of what you need to build a howitzer. You've got to be able to protect it. But no, he's going for his mechanized regiment. And he's also building another squad of Fox. So at least he's spending his float finally. Oh, these guys hidden Vet 5. I feel like Vet 5 is where Oba's match up alright against Vet 3 single bar rifleman. Double bar rifleman will still beat them, but yeah, single bar rifleman, I feel like Fox Unitors match up quite well with them. This force finally repaired and returned to the front lines. So it really comes down to what Gyunwoo can do. Oh man, once again runs straight into this anti-tank gun. That's 2 anti-tank guns. So yeah, this Panzer IV has really done nothing, and that's a problem because Pershing's going to hit soon. Panzer IV has pretty poor penetration. It's not going to fare very well against the Pershing at all, honestly.
All sectors, ability now ready.
I mean, you gotta wonder, maybe he should have just gone straight for the Panther. Also, Gyunwoo really needs to put down some ace mines. What is he doing? I mean, this is probably the #1 reason to use fortifications, is putting ace mines down with your Volksgrenadiers. And I don't think he's done that once. That would really help his map control situation. Some of these riflemen from just running straight on, because he's got no sweepers, and for the longest time he didn't have a vehicle either to run over the ace mines, so not making any ace mines has really been a critical error for Gyunwoo, and makes me question why he even went for fortifications at all if he's not going to spam ace mines. The 2 anti-tank guns coming forward and the pack howitzer. Yeah, what is he doing with this Panzer IV? This is a horrible idea. Gone for another squad. Oh, he lost his stern pioneers. Going for another squad now. Needs them to repair this up. 1 Rakeden's not going to be enough to face off against the Pershing's heavy armor. Pershing just going straight in. Bouncing all this. Yeah, oh, penetrates 1 shot. No Volksgrenadiers nearby. For the Faust though, they're just running around. That is some pretty poor play, honestly. Rakedan faces up now. In those situations, you got to take your Rakedan out of camouflage mode. Actually run it there at full speed so it gets there in time to get some damage done. Bit of a mistake there from Gyunwoo. So now he is really in the shit. Honestly, he spent all this money on a mechanized regiment, which just doesn't make sense. He wanted the free repairs, but I feel like that's a luxury you can't afford until you get your second tank as OKW. And now his next tank is going to be heavily delayed. He keeps getting capped, neutralized, and harassed on his fuel. Really needs to prioritize just locking down his side of the map. Maybe he'll be able to save up enough fuel to get a Panther. Oh my god. Maybe he'll be able to save up enough fuel to get a Panther before he drains out on VPs. For another Rakedan was very necessary against the Pershing. I think it's too deadly. Luckily though, Pershing would stay out of action for a while because of course those rear echelon died and you can't the vehicle crew and the Pershing. Tech truck in a bit of jeopardy here. kid connects once. They're waiting to tank guns going to town on that tech truck. If he loses this, I don't know if he can come back. I don't think he can afford to save to the KT. Brings in the smoke to cover his anti-tank guns retreat here. Wow. Full retreat there from Odan ITA, but look, he's got so many points capped. He's in a really safe position. Now is when he really just needs to get another tank. Support his Pershing with another vehicle.
We're losing a capture point.
Green as green can be.
And the double anti-tank guns are really going to start to tax his population right now. Hurt his manpower income, and really all they have to do is to try and kill this. You know, there's no vehicles for Gyunwoo, so they're just sitting around doing nothing. I think he probably could have made do with just the one anti-tank gun. But he has been many times been trying to knock out this Shrew with a double anti-tank gun, so clearly that's part of his strategy, but hasn't quite worked out for him yet. Maybe if his coordination was a little bit better with support from his Pershing there, maybe using take aim on his anti-tank gun, his vetted up anti-tank gun, so it can see further and guarantee those hits. So using attack ground. Oh, big old push
Enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
for Odan ITA onto his opponent's fuel once again. And we're really struggling here. He's in big trouble. Once again though, flooding a lot of manpower. Actually one of the holes in his game. Pressure on the Shrew once again with his double anti-tank guns. The problem is, you know, he had that Raketen up here that took all that damage. Now it's into retreat and can't support against the Pershing in this push here. So it's going to be the end of this tech truck and probably the game. They're saying Gyunwoo can't afford to save for the King Tiger. And nothing he can get from his mechanized regiment is going to help him here. And what did he spend on this? He spent more like about 80 fuel on this. Maybe 90 fuel. His mechanized truck here. Imagine if he had that, he would have been able to build a Panther. And I mean, that could have been the difference. His tech truck would probably still be alive if he had the extra 80 fuel instead of building his mechanized truck and doing the repair upgrade on it. So that was really just a horrible decision from Gyunwoo. Go for his mechanized truck right there. Probably also a bad idea to go for the Panzer IV when you know your opponent's probably going for the Pershing. I mean, I don't think Odan ITA used anything from his doctrine until the smoke that we saw there before the Pershing arrived, so hard to know what he's using, but Pershing seems the most likely. Especially when your opponent hasn't built anything the entire game. No light vehicles, no nothing. Panzer IV just doesn't match up well enough against the Pershing. It's similar in its struggles against the Comet.
Back to full strength. Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory.
At least the Pershing, you have to select a commander to get the kind of efficacy with your honks. Gyunwoo has saved up enough for zeroing artillery. I mean, this is a wall of Vet 3 rifles. He's got 2 re-echelons, so maximum repairs on that Pershing. He's just dumped everything into that Pershing, really. getting on the scene. Penetrates twice from the front. What kind of sorcery is this? The squad trying to close in for a Faust. Yeah, that's a terrible idea against the Pershings. AoE on the shells are just so ridiculous. Pipes like crazy, and yeah, there we go. Gyunwoo surrenders. Well, I think going for a Schwer truck this far forwards was a mistake. Getting the Panzer IV was a mistake. Getting this mechanized regiment, this was probably the largest mistake Gyunwoo made the entire game. If he didn't go for this, he could have built a Panther in time to react. But also selecting fortifications, not using a single thing from this commander. No S mines really would have helped his fuel income, stopped him getting harassed for so long, because he talked about there was no vehicles to crush the mines and he'd lost his free echelons, so no sweepers. Yeah, pretty poor showing for Gyunwoo, and it makes me question how he's ranked 60. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. And yeah, don't send me your casts until post-patch because my queue is too long. Peace!